seen in the prison was raised by a single mom, grandparents, or single mom or grandparents. That was most of them. Very few had a father in the house. And there's so many statistics that shows that put children at risk when the father is not involved. Not necessarily in the home, but involved. The statistics shoot up where it increases his chance or her chance, even daughters, increases their chance of becoming promiscuous, right? Or battling with suicidal thoughts, living in poverty because you have a one income household, right? So you don't have the resources of two people in the house, and let alone the father may be on child support, right? But for many people, the father is not paying, right? The father is not paying, or they are not, or they're not in the position, or they underground, right? So I get it from all different angles. I see it, so I know it, right? So that's what caused me to run and be on this path. I know that I haven't always been the man that I am today, right? Because I tell you, when I left New Jersey to go to Michigan State to play football, you have to understand I was 17 years old and didn't really have a whole lot of like positive male role models to tell me how to be a man. And I'll be transparent with you guys. It's like when I always longed and yearned for my father's approval, and he didn't give it to me, right? And now that I'm older, I understand that he was only doing the best that he know how to do with what resources he had. Because I found out his father was a hustler. He wasn't raised in the house with his mom or his dad. So I get it now that I'm older, that I've been able to forgive him. But growing up in the midst of that, I was angry, I was upset, I battled with low self-esteem. I had a whole lot of issues. But I remember this one particular day, once I would receive my scholarship to come to Michigan State University. When I received the scholarship, right, my father took me to eat. And he said, when you go to school, there's two things that I want you to do. And his rites of passage to me was this. He told me, A, to go and have as much sex that I could when I go to college. And then he told me to bring home a white girl. That was the advice that my father gave me when I was 17 years old. Well, I could say I didn't bring home a white woman, right? But I did follow the other thing. He gave me permission to be reckless. And so I say all that to say that, you know what, I, not only for myself, I ask for your forgiveness for a lot of men who gave you false promises, gave you false hope that they were going to be there to the end. And, you know I can't take it away, but I just want to extend from myself to say, to ask you to forgive us men who manipulated you and who lied and said that they was going to be there and who said that they loved you, but their actions was totally different. So before I give you any type of insight, I just want to offer that piece and ask that you will find it in your heart to forgive us for not being there. So this quote I love. It said it's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. That's what Frederick Douglass said. He said it's easier to build strong children than it is to repair broken men. And that's where it goes back to where I said that there's a lot of men walking around here that are broken, right? And the thing about it is that these men didn't come out of the womb as men. They started out as children, right? And so this is what you're raising. You're raising a son, right? You're raising a son. And eventually he is going to get married. Eventually he is going to begin to start dating. And I know it's important for you that you want him to reflect the man that you want him to be. And not that you want him to be, the man that you know that he needs to be to the women that he dates. right? So it's easier for us to do the necessary work now than to do the work when he gets older and he doesn't know how to bring forth self-restraint. He doesn't know how to handle his emotions. I don't care if he's 1 year old or if he's 20 years old. He has emotions, and we need to know how to properly navigate those emotions.